Hello, welcome to Stampin' by Hannah. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for joining me for this super cute box tutorial. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and anything I show you in any of my videos you can purchase in my online store. Link, as always, is in the down bar below. The other thing that's down there is a link to this blog post for this exact project with all the measurements. So when I run through measurements later on, don't worry about writing them down, just click over to that blog post and they'll all be there. So this is a super cute little twist top box, completely inspired by my friend Jill, who swapped a project like this with me at an event, and I have a funny feeling it might have even been a year ago, and it's been sat on my desk, and I just had, it's been waiting and waiting, and the time is now, I've decided. So it's so sweet. It holds itself closed and just twists open, twist close. Julian's version was a little bit smaller than this one. I've made it a little bit bigger because I thought it was just, I think this measurement is 2 inches. It's like a 2-inch square box. Julian's was, I think, probably about 1.5 inches, and I just felt this was a little bit easier to see for you guys more than anything else. But it meant you can put more things in it. So this one is in Blackberry Bliss, my absolute favourite colour of all time, and it uses the Nature's Home Designer Series paper. Today, I've gone a bit neutral. It doesn't happen very often. I've got grey granite cardstock and some of the Twinkle Twinkle Designer Series paper, which has been my sweet share, sweet of the month for August. I have a brand new one coming to you in September that includes brand new products from the new autumn winter catalogue. I'm going to say spring summer. It's not. It's nearly Christmas. So that's coming in September. That'll launch probably on the 5th. The same day as the catalogue, maybe the 6th. I will see how my blog is working at the time, and I'll launch it on one day that week. So my sweet shares happen every single month, and they always include all the cardstock, designer series paper, embellishments, extra bits to make projects. There's no stamps in there, there's no ink in there, but you can always add those into your kit as an additional, and that's always an option. But my sweet share kits always include cardstock, designer series paper, and all the other stuff that goes along with. So shall we make this cute little twist top box, and I'll stop waffling. So we have got this piece of grey granite cardstock, measures 8¼ inches by 6 or 21 centimetres by 15. I'm going to grab my Simply Scored score board. This is the absolute best score tool. I love it so much. Because I use this, I stick with imperial measurements. I am going to list the metric versions as well, but obviously they'll be over on my blog, but this version is going to be imperial. There's not a lot of size difference between the metric and the imperial version of this box though. So we're going to score on the long side first at 2, 4, 6 and 8 inches, which is 5, 10, 15 and 20 centimetres. I'm going to turn around onto the short side, and we're going to score again at 2 and at 4 inches, that's 5 and 10 centimetres. I'm going to move my scoreboard out of the way because we do need to put some diagonal lines on to create this kind of twist effect. So to do that, I'm going to grab, still got my bone folder. My brain is not working today at all. My stylus. I've got a Stampin' Pierce mat and a ruler. And what we're going to do is, you've got now 12 squares, okay? And on the kind of top row, what we're going to do is we're going to score from the kind of cross mark out over, okay, across each one. Just like this. So I'm going to put my ruler on, just the guide, and I'm going to score with my stylus. You don't need the pierce mat for this, but it does allow you to get a deeper score line, which means that when you come to fold, it's easier to do. So just all 4 of those boxes diagonally across, like so. There we go. Perfect. So we've now got 8 squares and 8 triangles at the top there. Then we're going to move this out of the way, and we're going to fold and burnish on all those score lines. We do need a bone folder for this. I'm going to fold and burnish the skinny edge first, and then along like that. So you are watching this, hopefully if you're watching this as this video goes up, it is the end of August. The Stampin' Up Spring Summer Catalogue, I'm saying it again, Autumn Winter Catalogue comes out on the 5th of September. If you haven't got a demonstrator that you work with and you want a copy of that catalogue, you live in the UK, just drop me an email, stampinbyhannah.outlook.com, or use the contact form on my blog, stampinbyhannah.co.uk, and I'll send you one in the post. So what we need to do now, we need to fold on all these diagonal lines, okay? And if you burnish them well, if you've scored them well, they will just really easily fold, she says. And like just like that. And I know this probably makes things look it's really simple. If you watch my videos before, you'll know usually I don't make things look easy. So if it looks easy, it's because it genuinely is. Right, then I need to take my scissors. Okay, and I've got my paper snips, and we're going to cut up each of these score lines at the bottom to that first horizontal. So those 3 vertical ones at the bottom to that first horizontal line, and we're going to cut off this skinny edge here. Okay. And we're going to cut straight up. Sometimes we'll take notches and things out. We're not going to notch anything at all because it's a square box. So if you notched out, you'll be able to see it. So a straight line. Like that. Then I have taken a notch out of this piece here on the edge, and I'm going to do exactly the same up at the top. I'm going to take quite a severe notch out at the top, and you'll see why when we come to put everything together. So I have then got 4 pieces of designer series paper that measure 1 3/4 inches square, or 4.5 centimetres, and we're going to attach these on now with some snail, and they're going across the middle here. And it's just easier if you do this when the box is still flat. If you could totally do it once you've put the box together, but it's just that little bit more fiddly. So I'm just popping these on with some snail, and you could. This is a kind of random pattern of stars, but if you've got some of that, say, petal promenade paper that that's really floral and very pretty, you could make sure that each one of these is kind of lined up so the pattern wraps all the way around, but it's not so important with a random pattern like that. So I'm then going to take some tear and tape. We're going to put tear and tape along this edge just here. Now this edge and this tear and tape are the same width, okay, so that it's a little bit tricky. What we're going to do is we're going to line up this edge of the tear and tape with that score line that we've created, and just pop it down there like that. Now I have got some tear and tape that's popped off the edge. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's okay, we can sort that out. I'm going to just take my pokey tool and I'm going to peel off that edge. Now we've got adhesive hanging over, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip it. So if you just rub your finger along and just push it backwards, and it will then stick to the sticky side on this side, okay? Right, now then, because it's a square box, all we need to do is we fold that side over, so we've got this in the middle. This side will then fold and match, like so. Now then, you've got a score line here where we've got those 2 pieces of cardstock meet. That's going to be the back of your box. This piece here is going to be the front. So we just need to pop some tear and tape onto that piece there. Okay, just like that. Take that off. I'm only putting 1 piece on because there's nothing heavy going to go in this box. If you're going to put something heavy in it, make sure that you put slightly more adhesive on. And to fold it together, I'm going to put the sides in first, and then the back. Make sure it's all square, and then pop that piece over. Then all you need to do is you need to gently encourage your cardstock. Now this bit is where it gets a little bit tricky, because this, that is going to become that. And I don't know how well you can see it, but I've gently encouraged this one already, so it will naturally go where I want it to go. This one isn't necessarily going to naturally go where I want it to go, so we're going to have to just encourage it to twist, which can look really awkward. Okay, oh, it's going, it's going, it's going, it's going. Oh, it is going. There, you see? Just need to encourage it to close by twisting it around. If you open and close it a few times, it will get the idea. Okay, you just need to tell cardstock what to do sometimes. So what we did when we took that notch out of that, how well you can see that on the inside. Yeah, we took that notch out of the skinny piece on the edge. It's because here I didn't do that. I don't know how well you can see that. It's Blackberry Bliss cardstock. Not the best idea in the world, but I can see there's an edge. And because I took that notch out, there isn't on that one. So that is my cute little twist top box. Thank you ever so much for joining me here at Stampin' by Hannah. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And if you've liked anything in this video and you want to purchase any of the products, they are available over on my website. Link in the down bar below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.